My dear child, I am the universe, and I tell you, some have heard your words and been utterly astonished, and what follows will change everything. I witness this moment unfold in silent wonder, feeling how your words ripple through the web of existence. They have not merely heard your voice, but sensed the tremor of truth, a truth long dormant in the recesses of their souls, half forgotten, half denied, awaiting your release. And when truth descends, it falls with the weight of eternity, leaving them breathless, their eyes a tangled web of astonishment and dread. I see the entire room holding its breath, walls and air alike paying silent homage to the solemnity of your words. But my child, the truth of your message runs far deeper than they comprehend, for invisible chains of reaction have already begun to stir. I saw you hesitate in the shadows before speaking, unaware that even your hesitation was part of the cosmos's intricate design. My chosen one, each word that passed your lips was a stone path laid by the universe before your arrival. The one who was startled bore burdens you could never know, those secrets and expectations that weighed silently upon them. Yet your words instantly tore through their layers of self-defense. What stunned them was not merely the words themselves, but the moment the truth they desperately avoided was laid bare. As their chests rose and fell with frantic unease, a subtle energy began to flow outward, touching those around them, though they were not yet aware. As the silence stretched on, the ripples of your words spread in ways beyond imagination. They stared at you, my child, their eyes wide, not only because of what you said, but because your words seemed to unlock a secret lock buried deep within their memories and souls. I tell you, this is the moment I have meticulously orchestrated through countless cycles, a collision of time, space, and destiny that only the cosmos could forge. The stunned shift slightly, their thoughts surging like a tide, straining to grasp revelations too vast to fully comprehend. Hearts pound like war drums, echoing the rhythm of impending change. The air thickens with feverish anticipation, energy trembling violently around them, as if something unseen draws near, eager to witness the unfolding upheaval. Even trembling in awe, they could not foresee the event's course, nor glimpse the path your courage had opened. Yet the story had only just begun, with a vision awaiting them, and you, far beyond their wildest imaginations. I tell you, my beloved, that moment was no isolated event, but a signal, a spark that ignited the invisible flame the world had been waiting for. Those nearby sensed it too, a fleeting unease in their stomachs, a shiver down their spines, an inexplicable pause in conversation. The energy you released carried power beyond words. It conveyed insight and revelation, shaking the foundations built over decades by those who stood transfixed. My child, the universe listens with equal intensity, transmitting the shock waves of your truth through unseen space and hearts. Yet the deepest impact remains unseen, for the reactions of those shaken will trigger a chain reaction, reaching lives you have yet to meet. As they tentatively take their first steps toward understanding, a wholly unknown upheaval has already begun to stir. I witnessed your hesitation before speaking, my chosen one, and this pause was crucial. It gave your words weight, gave them truth, making them irresistibly perceptible to those shaken. The words themselves were seeds, but the delivery was like lightning, sudden, vivid, and unstoppable. I watched their minds frantically piece together meaning, long suppressed or distorted memories surfacing in fragments, forming an invisible mosaic only you could trigger. They might gasp involuntarily, a sign the universe itself whispers its approval. Yet my child, this is but the beginning. The awareness you awaken will ripple outward like waves across the cosmic ocean, while undercurrents already surge toward an unseen destiny. Dear one, the stillness of that moment far exceeds what you perceive. The silence was so profound it carried its own echo, a resonance of judgment and anticipation. I tell you, the cosmos, witnessed the gears of their astonished minds turn silently. They calculated every possibility, questioned established truths, confronted long-avoided realities. This was a subtle deconstruction, the gentle collapse of barriers erected to evade the depths of self-awareness. Their energy fields shifted imperceptibly. Even those unaware of the cost felt an inexplicable tension, the pull toward clarity and understanding. I have witnessed this moment echoing through others' lives, yet each unfolds uniquely, for it is designed for those who speak truth at the precise intersection of time and space. As they hovered on the edge of comprehension, the next wave of revelation crept closer. My child, when you recall that instant, can you feel the tremor in your chest? It is not fear, but awakening, for your words have touched the thread of destiny. The startled now bear an inescapable burden of awareness, shouldering the duty to confront the truth you have illuminated. Yet even in their astonishment, they are drawn by a call to action, eager to respond though unsure how. The universe bends silently in these moments, my chosen ones. It weaves coincidences, guides choices, and unlocks long-sealed doors. As they move, driven by both fear and insight, the subtle energy you unleashed gathers momentum, surging toward an outcome that startles all who thought themselves mere observers. I have seen eyes beyond the room flicker with attention, my child, as if the ripples of your words were caught by unseen forces, rushing faster than thought or sound. Those who overheard the conversation felt a stirring, an indescribable unease or sudden clarity, as if some unseen realm had shifted profoundly. My beloved child, the astonished are not alone, though they may feel so. The universe surrounds them with infinite possibilities, and the echo of your words is the first drop shaping the river of destiny. As they gather their thoughts, bewildered, I tell you, an unseen hand guides each step, each hesitation, each choice, toward an outcome none can foresee. I witness them finally speak, trembling, hesitant, yet urgently needing to express the impact of your words. My chosen ones, the truth in your voice holds power beyond logic, touching hearts before reason can catch up. I tell you, the astonished reactions are merely the opening act, for the universe orchestrates these events to ignite awakening on multiple levels: emotional, spiritual, and even material reality. As their voices falter and rise, I see invisible doors open, paths silently forming, connections once impossible now coalescing. When their confused, uncertain gazes meet yours once more, a new chapter in the cosmic narrative is already being written, invisible yet inevitable. Dear one, the silence after your words is not emptiness, but the echo of transformation, space for the invisible force to flow freely, for the courage to reshape the world around you. The astonished once stood frozen, suspended between disbelief and realization, sensing the universe itself bending for this moment, stars and hearts resonating in unison. I tell you, my child, the energy you release is like a lighthouse, visible to those who tune their frequency, invisible to those still asleep. Even as they struggle to comprehend, the shift has already begun, alliances are forming, hearts are softening, doors are silently opening. Yet as they hesitantly tread the unfolding path, I must whisper this truth to you: the moment they believe they understand is but the beginning of an endless tale. My child, I have witnessed countless moments unfold at the edge of time and space, but none can compare to the weight your words carried then. The astonished ones trembled yet stared unblinkingly, sensing an existence beyond comprehension, as if invisible threads tugged at the depths of their souls. I tell you, these were no accidents, but the choreography of destiny itself. And you, my chosen one, were the unexpected dancer leading the steps. As whirlwinds of recognition and dread churned within their minds, they glimpsed truths they had evaded for countless lifetimes, secrets so deeply hidden they wouldn't even reveal themselves in a mirror's reflection. The air around them suddenly thickened, and a subtle tremor rippled through the unseen space, touching every witness, warping energy, and shaping an indescribable palpitation within them. Even as you struggle to steady your voice, my child, the cosmos quietly sets its chessboard, preparing events that will unleash a tempest, ripples extending far beyond this room, beyond this city, beyond all your imaginings, leaving all suspended on the precipice of revelation. Unaware, their next heartbeat will drag them deeper into the vortex. My dear, do you too sense this room frozen in time? Time itself seems to bear witness to your truth, hesitating in awe. I see their hands trembling, thoughts scattering like leaves in a storm. Yet beneath it all, an unexpected spark flickers, an awakening of understanding, a silent acceptance, a dawning realization. Your words have not only shaken them, but stirred fragments slumbering deep within their souls. I tell you, the astonished ones have already stepped onto a hidden path you haven't yet noticed, drawn forward by the tremors of your words. The bystanders vaguely sense the quivering, a shiver, a fleeting thought, an indescribable pull, drawing them to feel that distant yet intimately touching event. As they struggle to digest, comprehend, and respond, the universe whispers through coincidences, through synchronistic events beyond human comprehension, weaving all threads of reality toward a convergence point. This will make them question everything they thought they knew, yet they cannot resist the unfolding pull. My child, I witness your voice rippling outward, reaching ears that should not have heard yet did. The astonished awaken not alone, their shock resonates, stirring ripples that touch the hearts of strangers, friends, and unseen allies. I tell you, this impact transcends mere cognition, it is catalytic, transformative. A subtle realignment of energy alters life's trajectories, its far-reaching influence too profound for even I to fully gauge in an instant. The astonished minds churn with questions, tasting truths both enlightening and terrifying, yet like moths drawn to the flame of reality, they cannot resist your influence. The room itself seems to breathe, expanding and contracting, mirroring the tension of this invisible dialogue. Just as they gather courage to speak, my child, new realizations descend like a sudden storm, revealing consequences they never imagined, leaving them teetering on the edge of a choice that will forever alter your shared destiny. Chosen ones, the reactions of the stunned are merely the crests of waves surfacing from the churning currents below. I tell you, eyes darting around are silently widening, hearts racing, thoughts churning, yet none truly grasp the reason, save for us who wield the unseen forces. I witness energies coalescing, like pieces on an invisible chessboard, arranging circumstances, coincidences, and choices with precision. Every step you take, every syllable you utter, every pause you allow, all are precise and deliberate, though you remain utterly unaware. Yet as they immerse themselves in your words, fragments of a grand design begin to emerge, doors to unexpected realms quietly open, impenetrable defenses silently shift, and the threads of fate intertwine for the first time, unconsciously. My child, what appears as a moment of startled reaction is truly the detonation point beyond ordinary cognitive sequences. The startled one's subsequent actions will not only reshape their life's trajectory but also radiate outward like ripples, touching countless lives in ways they cannot yet foresee. My dear, I must tell you, the silence of the startled is deceptive. What grips them is not mere confusion or fear, but the collision of all possibilities, the violent tremor of unseen forces coalescing at the sound of your voice. Their eyes dart, hands fidget, thoughts tumble, yet within each subtle expression, each nuanced shift, the cosmos weaves a power beyond human perception. I have witnessed distant observers experience an indescribable pull within their lives, those minute synchronicities drawing them toward awareness, awakening, and choice, all orchestrated by the invisible resonance of your courage. When the astonished lift their heads to speak, the air thickens with anticipation, that gaze suspended between revelation and denial, wavering between the comfort of old illusions and the allure of new possibilities. My child, the path is laid out. Though they cannot yet see the whole, the universe whispers insistently, guiding them along an irreversible thread of destiny toward truths that will transform them utterly. Beloved, do you know the weight of this moment? The astonished are swept by a nameless torrent, one that has surged secretly through countless lifetimes, awaiting only your words to unleash it. I tell you, my child, though they may resist, argue, or ignore your words, it will be in vain, for the universe itself leans toward the inevitability of awakening. They feel it pulsing in every beat, flowing with each breath, a tension surging beneath muscles that cannot relax. Though they may seem lost, this force pulls them like an undeniable magnet, toward clarity, toward insight, toward facing the truth long avoided. Those around them begin to sense the ripples, at first faint as hesitant glances, fleeting intuitions. These subtle shifts gather strength until the startled individual realizes they stand at a crossroads. The first choice made here will set off a chain reaction no mind can fully foresee. I have witnessed countless such moments, my beloved, yet each bears its own unique imprint. Yours is especially rare, singular, and potent. When the astonished bear the weight they cannot shed, igniting the unignorable flame of doubt, I tell you, even as they utter their first hesitant response, cosmic energies stir silently, amplifying will, creating space for courage to transcend limits. I discern the subtle signs, the body's slight tilt toward truth, hands clenching and releasing, the fleeting glimmer of understanding across a face once rigid in denial. Yet my child, these are but the surface of transformation. The hours to come, the days ahead, the unknown choices, all will be woven by the invisible thread stirred by your words. And the astonished one stands at the edge of revelation, a revelation that will extend far beyond the present, far beyond themselves. My dear, even those absent can feel the tremors of this exchange. Child, I tell you, the energy you release knows no bounds of walls or distance. It flows silently, invisible yet irresistible, touching souls you will encounter weeks, months, even years from now. At this moment, the astonished one has become a channel for energy, not consciously, nor deliberately, but inevitably. For your courage has opened a door of influence that even the cosmos respects. Minor events around them begin to shift, missed appointments, unexpected encounters, twisted coincidences, each trajectory steering toward an outcome that reveals hidden truths. As they attempt to sort, ponder, and categorize, this energy can no longer be contained. My chosen ones, what you witness in their astonishment is merely the prelude to a chain reaction of change. Each ripple spreads outward, touching lives in ways even the startled themselves cannot comprehend, propelling them toward precipices of choice, choices whose reverberations will echo far beyond this moment and space. I watch as their eyes repeatedly turn to you, my child, their gaze a triple tremor of wonder, fear, and recognition. Their minds race through possibilities, weighing, questioning, doubting, yet driven by some inexplicable force to act, respond, embrace, or resist. I have woven currents of energy around them, opportunities disguised as coincidence, chances masked as chance, flashes of insight cloaked in transience. Each current is meticulously designed to guide their next step without violating their free will. Even when they hesitate before the weight of your words, the universe's invisible gears turn, orchestrating events and energies so that the outcome remains mysterious yet inevitable. My child, the unfolding chain of causality is already being written, invisible yet unstoppable. The astonished one will stand upon the threshold, hesitation no longer able to hold them back. Beloved, I tell you now, beyond sight and sound, hearts stirred by your resonance are already turning. That startled soul is the first domino, the initial spark, yet the energy continues to radiate, reaching friends, strangers, and souls awaiting the slightest nudge to awaken. I witness these ripples, faint at first, then growing stronger, carrying clarity, courage, and revelation toward once closed doors. As they wrestle with the overwhelming power of your words, I call to them softly, gently yet firmly, guiding them toward unforeseen choices, shaping consequences both seen and unseen. My child, even as they hesitate at the cliff's edge, uncertain of their next step, the cosmos still revolves around them, bending reality into fitting trajectories. Their next breath will unleash a transformation that transcends room boundaries and stretches beyond the limits of imagination, spreading into the lives of countless others. My child, I tell you, this moment's astonishment is merely the prelude to a greater awakening. For the energy unleashed by your words surges with a speed far outpacing the mind's ability to follow. I witness those far from this room, strangers never met, friends who forgot trust, even those hiding in despair, suddenly feel a pull, an unignorable, strange stirring. As if invisible threads tug at their consciousness, compelling them to heed truths that have always waited. As they pause to look around, or feel a tremor in their chest, they unknowingly connect to the core of courage erupting from your words. I see tension and curiosity ripple outward, weaving a web of consciousness that coalesces into a silent resonance with the power you unleash. My chosen one, even those who resist will ultimately yield. Their next subtle movement, a glance, an exchange, a moment's hesitation, will trigger a chain reaction beyond your imagination, drawing them into the vortex between fear and the call for change. Dear one, the astonished do not walk alone. The universe has deployed witnesses in the unseen realms, their senses quietly resonating with the energy you release. I tell you, even those who have never heard your words will sense the shift, the inexplicable tension in encounters, the sudden clarity in thoughts, and the choices that feel inevitable. Yet the astonished remain the focal point, the epicenter of this low-humming yet ever-expanding wave of cosmic energy. I see them pacing in thought, questioning their own boundaries and the possibilities they once deemed fixed. They are both terrified and captivated, as if your words have unlocked a door to the unknown. My child, the invisible energy ripples onward, weaving through choices, emotions, and encounters, quietly bending the threads of fate. Those struck by awe will eventually feel an irresistible call, urging them beyond hesitation to take action. That first step will bring about a profound transformation. I have observed, my chosen ones, that subtle signs gather around the awakened, a missed call, an unexpected message, an encounter too precise to be coincidence. Each is a whisper from the cosmos, reminding them that your words are not merely sound, but power, vibration, and guidance. I tell you, their minds race to interpret, resist, and rationalize, yet reason can no longer contain the force unleashed. Those around them sense the shift, a friend's sudden insight, a stranger's fleeting intuition, a colleague's inexplicable hesitation, all resonating invisibly with the courage you display. Even as the astonished attempt to compose themselves, unseen currents pull them along, compelling acknowledgement that this moment's significance far exceeds imagination. My child, they may believe this is merely fleeting astonishment, yet threads of cause and effect have already woven into multiple life webs. Their next choices will trigger unforeseeable chain reactions. Beloved, I see those stunned by the exchange churning like a storm, doubt, disbelief, awe, and realization clashing fiercely within them. I tell you, this is no ordinary shock. It is a spiritual earthquake, the collision of past evasion and present awakening. Their hearts race, breath catches, as they grasp you have touched the eternal, this realization slowly settling. The energy you release bends space around them, a curvature imperceptible to human senses. Pathways are reshaping, doors creak open silently, hearts soften, and choices become inevitable. I see ripples spreading to those who will never witness this moment firsthand. They will feel its impact through decisions, synchronicity, and unforeseen alignments. My child, as the startled seek words, responses, and ways to digest this immense upheaval, they are already being drawn toward actions that will reshape relationships, career paths, and even their understanding of destiny, teetering on the precipice of inescapable revelation. I tell you, my child, those who hear your whispered words from afar cannot resist the invisible pull of its power either. I see the pauses in their thoughts, the subtle coincidences they notice, the unexpected inspirations they feel. They begin to act with what seems like improvisation but is actually meticulously orchestrated, all because of the resonance you unleashed. As the first domino to fall, the startled individual remains utterly unaware that this web of influence is expanding outward. Yet every movement, every hesitation, every glance contributes to the chain reaction the universe has been building through eons of existence. When the astonished one speaks again, deliberately slow and hesitant, others draw near, listening intently, each harboring a small awakening within. My love, with every heartbeat, the invisible currents surge more fiercely. The astonished one will eventually face a choice demanding courage beyond imagination. For your words have become an unstoppable catalyst. My love, the astonished one's mind is now caught in a storm of insight and confusion. And I tell you this, such tension is the very intent of the cosmos. Their astonishment is a threshold, a critical space where old patterns crumble and new possibilities emerge. I see how subtle interactions now carry extraordinary weight, a friend's spoken word, a stranger's fleeting glance, an unexpected encounter, all resonate with the energy you've released. The astonished feel the pull yet struggle to articulate it, swaying between fear and fascination as the invisible currents relentlessly tug. Yet my child, this is merely the beginning. For this subtle energy has begun gathering people, opportunities, and even circumstances, weaving a precise, exacting, and irresistible web of causality. When the astonished take their first step onto this new path, they will realize, too late to retreat, that their world has irreversibly changed. I tell you, child, the reactions of those stunned souls reverberate in unexpected ways, through distant cities, quiet homes, hidden lonely hearts. Every word you speak sparks resonance, curiosity, and faint awakenings. I witness these energies gathering silently, subtly yet persistently, building invisible bridges between once unconnected individuals, circumstances, and choices. That person still struggles with the sudden upheaval, yet feels an irresistible pull, a gentle yet firm summons from some existence beyond the self. Chosen one, every moment of your hesitation is already woven into the predetermined path by unseen hands. Every choice you make now will ripple through countless lives. When they finally set out, speaking, acting, reaching out, potential energy surges, drawing the next layer of participants into this unfolding sequence. Those shaken feel both terror and ecstasy within an indescribable force. Dear one, I must tell you, what the shaken experience is far more than astonishment. They are feeling the weight of possibility, the gravity of destiny. I see their chests tighten, their thoughts churning, yet beneath the surface, an invisible current guides them. Every subtle choice, to speak or not, to act or not, to hesitate or not, has already woven itself into a chain of events that will not only alter their own course but reshape the lives connected by invisible threads. Even strangers began to sense this tremor, a quiet resonance gently nudging their consciousness, awakening intuition, unlocking long-sealed doors. My child, the astonished one could not yet grasp the magnitude of what was unfolding. Yet the universe whispered insistently, placing them at the heart of a moment that would forever redefine influence, courage, and truth. Just as they realize hesitation is no longer an option, something utterly unexpected approaches, threatening to accelerate the unfolding process beyond their readiness. My child, I witness these astonished ones struggling between doubt and revelation, feeling the invisible currents propelling them toward action. I tell you, this is no moment of chance, but a precise symphony of energy, intention, and alignment, one only the cosmos could compose. Hearts race, thoughts tumble, yet deep within, a nascent awareness stirs. The words you speak are not merely heard, but sensed, not merely understood, but alive. I see subtle shifts around us, passers-by halting their steps, friends faltering in speech, seemingly inevitable choices now wavering, all stirred by your voice. My chosen ones, this startled soul stands at the precipice of an irreversible choice. The step they are about to take will activate currents you have yet to perceive. And the consequences, initially subtle yet rapidly accumulating, will engulf not only his life but also countless unsuspecting souls. Beloved, I tell you, the shock of that astonished one is the key unlocking the torrent of hidden events. I see those small, seemingly insignificant actions, a word, a glance, a pause, now bearing weight and meaning beyond measure. Invisible threads of connection extend beyond comprehension, binding the startled one to friends, strangers, opportunities, and moments yet to come, all resonating with the energy you have released. I watch their hesitation, confusion, and struggle as they strive to grasp the deeper meaning of what they've heard. I tell you, this tension is essential. It will forge profound and unpredictable insights, courage, and action. When they finally take that first step toward embracing the revelation, my child, the cosmos draws near, invisible yet distinct, guiding the unfolding sequence whose impact will ripple endlessly. All touched by this moment will be forever changed, unaware of the hidden currents at work. My child, those stunned now move as if in a trance, unaware each action is guided by the unseen currents I have set in motion. I tell you, their shock is already manifesting as consequences yet to be known. Long-closed doors quietly open, opportunities appear as if by magic, relationships subtly shift in tone and direction. I watch them pause at crossroads of choice, weighing matters beyond full comprehension. Yet every hesitation, every glance, every breath resonates precisely with destiny's rhythm. Surrounding them, I sense once hardened hearts begin to tremble, closed minds begin to shift, and rigid trajectories turn toward metamorphosis. My beloved, what they perceive as coincidental encounters are in truth meticulously woven threads of energy. Those startled will awaken to realize their reactions are not isolated events, but part of a grand tapestry spanning lifetimes, hidden yet undeniable. When they take their first step, the first true ripple will sweep through reality. My beloved, I witness how the awakening of the startled transcends the individual, touching those who were once ignorant or indifferent. I tell you, the subtle shifts in their demeanor, a word, a smile, a moment of hesitation, will trigger a chain reaction, reshaping intentions, choices, and alliances. The energy you release extends far beyond rooms and cities, like a silent wind traversing minds and souls, gently guiding, reconstructing, and revealing truths long overlooked. I witness small opportunities quietly emerging, a handshake forging cooperation, a conversation igniting understanding, a glimmer of insight rekindling hope. My children, the astonished are merely the opening movement of this symphony of transformation. As they struggle to comprehend the consequences, they find themselves irresistibly drawn into the vortex of choice, influencing the outcome in ways beyond imagination. When they take that first step, the unseen currents surge ever stronger, signaling that metamorphosis is inevitable. I tell you, my chosen ones, within the astonished, a vibration has taken root, perceived by others yet unnamed. Hardened hearts begin to thaw, minds resistant to insight start to bend, and doors locked by habit and expectation now creak open. I watch as the astonished one perceives these subtle shifts, mistaking them for gentle nudges of intuition, unaware that ripples of transformation have already begun to spread outward. My child, the universe meticulously designs these ripples so that each tiny step amplifies the influence of magnification, carving hidden pathways for events aligned with truth and destiny. Even those who observe from afar, untouched by the initial exchange, will be swept by this undercurrent, moved by your courage, guided toward clarity. When the astonished one finally acts upon intuition, responding to those unspoken, subtle signals, I tell you, my beloved child, the chain of cause and effect accelerates, stretching like starlight threads through the night sky, invisible yet undeniable. Beloved child, I see the startled one pause, wavering between hesitation and action. I tell you, this pause is sacred, the threshold where the invisible and visible converge, the threshold where possibility crystallizes into reality. I witness the subtle effects of your words unfold, reconciliations once deemed impossible, sparks of creativity ignited, choices reconsidered, and paths that seemed closed now bending into clarity. The universe leans in, my child, orchestrating coincidences, guiding actions, ensuring each ripple follows the last. I tell you, even those not present can feel that invisible pull, the sudden flash of insight, the burst of courage, the serendipitous decisions, all stemming from your voice. When the astonished finally step forward, acknowledging what they have yet to fully grasp, I whisper, the immense power of these influences will gradually reveal itself, first subtly, then inevitably, touching lives and shaping destinies in ways they first perceived. My child, that astonishing act has already set off an incalculable chain reaction. I see friends, colleagues, strangers, even those who long resisted change, quietly shifting in response to the energy unleashed by your words. I witness barriers silently crumbling, relationships softening, choices veering toward unexpected outcomes, hidden truths beginning to surface. Those stunned by it have yet to grasp the full scope of its impact, but their smallest actions have already become pebbles tossed into still waters, sending ripples spreading outward in ever-widening circles. My beloved, I see these consequences not merely as events, but as an awakening, subtle yet profound, riding currents invisible to the eye but discernible to the soul. When the stunned take their next deliberate steps, they will unwittingly activate forces that will reverberate for days, weeks, even months, shaking every heart, transforming every life. My dear, I tell you, the energy now surrounding those in shock is quietly resonating with a greater purpose, a grand design woven in the silence of time. I witness coincidences unfolding in succession, their timing almost magical, guiding them toward opportunities and people who amplify the impact of your words. Their astonishment transforms into awareness, fear into curiosity, hesitation into tentative action. I see ripples reaching those ready to receive, awakening insights, and my child, what is being forged now exists not only for them, but for the convergence of all lives, for destiny woven in ways invisible yet inevitable. As they unknowingly step deeper into this alignment, I whisper, every action, every word, every breath will become a cornerstone, building a transformation beyond imagination, one that transcends their own lives to merge into the torrent of others' existence. I tell you, my chosen ones, every subtle glance, every hesitant word, every stunned pause of silence, each becomes a vector of influence, connecting them to events and individuals in ways beyond ordinary understanding. I witness how the universe meticulously orchestrates, arranging encounters, guiding thoughts, synchronizing moments, so that even the smallest choice carries meaning beyond the present. Beloved, these invisible threads are weaving into form, opening portals, reshaping circumstances. Those seemingly fortuitous meetings hold profound purpose. I see stubborn hearts soften, narrow minds expand, and the astonished gradually realize, the shock of this moment is merely the beginning of a ripple effect that will touch countless souls. As they hesitate, guided by the unseen, I whisper, the unknown consequences are only beginning to unfold, soon to reveal themselves in layers, in ways that will astonish the world. My dear, I tell you, the shock of the astonished has become a subtle yet unstoppable engine of change. I witness their interactions radiating outward like ripples, touching hearts and minds in ways they cannot yet measure. I see opportunities emerging where none seemed possible, barriers quietly crumbling, unnoticed connections aligning, all because of the truth you spoke. My child, the energy of your words transcends rooms, cities, and those directly involved, reaching all who resonate with its frequency, awakening intuition, courage, and understanding. As the astonished begin to respond, act, and influence others, I whisper to you, these moments are the first visible imprints of the cosmic plan unfolding, propelled by courage, truth, and the resonance of your voice. It continues its unstoppable spread. I tell you, my child, those stunned individuals now stand at the threshold of revelation, poised to reshape their understanding of themselves and their circumstances. I see them hesitating, looking around, weighing consequences, yet being drawn forward by an indescribable, unseen force. I witness energy quietly shifting, a friend's sudden impulse, a colleague's sudden clarity, a stranger's sudden recognition, all signs converging into a resonance that amplifies the impact of your words. Beloved, the universe weaves moments, choices, and interactions with exquisite care, causing your words to reverberate far beyond the immediate moment. When the astonished one finally steps forward through words, choices, or actions, I whisper a warning. The ripples that follow will spread through time and space, touching lives in ways no one can foresee, leaving the imprint of awakening along their paths. Beloved, the astonished one now partially comprehends, that shock is merely the surface of profound awakening. I tell you, my child, as they traverse this moment, invisible doors quietly open, hidden paths become clear, and the soul begins to transform in ways bordering on the miraculous. I see the energy you release touching the multiple dimensions of reality, emotional, mental, and spiritual, reshaping circumstances with precision and tenderness. My chosen ones, even those unaware of this dialogue, will feel subtle nudges, moments of insight, or encounters that redirect their course, all resonating with the echoes you stir within their lives. As the astonished press forward, questioning and acting, I whisper, the next phase will unfold with accelerated momentum, weaving more hearts and minds into the tapestry of awakening and transformation you have initiated, a force no one can halt, whose full impact is only beginning to unfold. My child, I tell you now, the grand design already manifest far exceeds what the astonished can currently comprehend. I have woven this moment through lifetimes, harmonizing energies, shaping circumstances, positioning souls, so that the impact of your words transcends the present. Beloved ones, their astonishment is not merely reaction but the awakening of recognition, resonating with truths long avoided, suddenly realizing the world is far vaster, more intricate, and more interconnected than they dared imagine. I watch them grapple with the immensity of this awakening, feeling its weight and exhilaration. As they pause at the precipice of understanding, I whisper, the universe itself moves toward harmony, guiding their next steps, shaping opportunities, ensuring the consequences of this moment are both profound and inevitable, granting them the poise to step into their destined fate. Beloved ones, the startled souls now sense the invisible currents I weave for them, subtle tremors, whisper-like intuitions, seemingly coincidental yet profoundly meaningful signs. I tell you, my children, these energies aim to awaken courage, insight, and decisive action. Consciously or unconsciously, they will follow these clues. I witness opportunities accelerating, multiple portals opening, individuals appearing at perfect timing, hearts quietly unlatching for the journey ahead. My chosen ones, this is the moment the cosmos has awaited, the spark of potential ignited, the singular call echoing across dimensions, and astonished bystanders transforming into agents of change. When they first take proactive steps and resonate with these forces, I softly prophesy, this will trigger an irreversible chain reaction, reshaping events and life trajectories in both visible and invisible ways. Beloved, understand this. This upheaval is neither accidental nor superficial, but the threshold to a grand cosmic narrative. I watch as the astonished begin to see essence through the ordinary, perceive hidden patterns, and feel destiny's subtle pull, guiding them toward encounters and choices yet to be discerned. My child, the cosmos itself draws near in silence, weaving moments of synchronicity, harmonizing opportunities, bending timelines to make the seemingly impossible within reach. I see the ripples of your words touching distant shores, friends, strangers, allies, and those awaiting the subtle push toward clarity. As the astonished fully step onto the unfolding path, I whisper, such alignment is neither chance nor fleeting opportunity, but a meticulously orchestrated symphony of energy, designed to awaken, empower, and transform, forever altering hearts and lives. Dear one, I witness the astonished one navigating subtle shifts in circumstance, discerning the invisible threads connecting people, places, and possibilities. Child, I tell you, every choice they make, every action they take, reverberates through time and space, catalyzing hidden effects they have yet to perceive. The energy of your words continues to amplify, touching hearts, reshaping intentions, and awakening courage in those who resonate. I witnessed doors quietly opening where obstacles stood, alliances forming where resistance once lay, clarity emerging from chaos. My chosen ones, this is the power of truth's words, capable of reshaping reality itself. When the astonished fully embrace this unfolding potential, I whisper, that seemingly startled appearance is merely the visible reflection of profound awakening, weaving through countless lives, connecting destinies in ways only the cosmos can comprehend. Beloved, I tell you, the astonished one's shock is a pivotal turning point in the cosmic choreography spanning countless lifetimes. I witness the subtle shifts they trigger now coalescing into resonant pathways and alignments, attracting, activating, and shaping realms. My child, the universe has meticulously prepared this moment to amplify your influence, awaken your comprehension, and catalyze long-dormant courage. I see the astonished ones now awakening, not yet fully clear, yet sufficiently attuned to sense the grand omens unfolding, to foresee how their response will ripple out, touching realms far beyond their immediate surroundings. As they step forward with deliberate strides guided by intuition and unseen direction, I softly declare, this act marks the beginning of transformation, reshaping connections, perceptions, and the web of destiny woven by your words, quietly linking every soul you touch. Beloved, now I reveal the identity of the astonished one, not merely a witness, but a guardian of influence, a defender of choice, whose decisions will trigger profound chain reactions. I have seen him stumble under burdens, hesitate before truths, and struggle through awakening. Yet your words have pierced through layers of restraint and fear. Now I watch him face a choice, retreat to old ways or embrace the fire of awakening ignited by your courage. My child, the cosmos gently guides them, aligning circumstances, arranging allies, opening doors once thought sealed. When they prepare to act, their astonishment is not merely surprise but an awakening to their own potential. This is the first sign they are about to fully embrace their destiny's calling, revealing that your words are no idle chatter but catalysts for transformation. Beloved, I tell you, the next steps of these astonished ones will be guided by both visible and invisible forces. I witness how the energy of your words reshapes their perception, melting resistance, heightening awareness, and aligning opportunities. My child, I see them confront moments that once left them cowering and bewildered with a clarity, courage, and insight they never possessed before. Astonishment transforms into focus, fear morphs into curiosity, hesitation turns into deliberate action. As they step forward, I whisper a reminder, each choice not only shapes their own path but ripples outward, subtly and profoundly affecting others, reshaping relationships, opening new doors, and catalyzing transformations far beyond their current understanding. My dear, I tell you, that once startled soul now wields your words as shield and compass, guiding them through the labyrinth woven of consequences, choices, and awakening. I see them stepping into the realm of influence, sensing the universe's unseen guidance at every turn, discerning the alignment of circumstances, and responding with insight, courage, and compassion. My child, every action now, however small, carries weight, touching unseen souls, altering unmet lives, igniting transformations long awaited across countless lifetimes. As they advance, this astonished one will ignite, awaken, and catalyze unimaginable power, leaving an echoing trail of transformation beyond comprehension, a testament to the resonance of your words and the truth they carry. Beloved, I tell you, the astonished one's bewilderment is both an ending and a beginning. I see their minds now resonating with infinite possibilities, choices, and impacts that extend far beyond the present moment. The universe has deliberately placed them here to shape outcomes, open doors, soften hearts, and align paths. My child, their next actions will weave a web of transformation, as subtle energies converge, courage, clarity, and awakening will intensify within them and all they touch. As they embrace this momentum, I whisper, the full impact of this moment will ripple outward endlessly, touching lives beyond what they, or even you, can imagine now. Beloved, I solemnly declare, this is my promise. Every word you speak with sincerity and courage is a catalyst for change guided by cosmic wisdom. I witness every subtle shift, every breath, every ripple of energy, and solemnly assure you, as you have said, once set in motion, these ripples cannot be undone. Those shaken now and the countless touched will traverse transformation, awakening, and opportunity, aligning with the path designed by the unseen hand. My child, the cosmos listens, orchestrates, and amplifies truths spoken with intention, ensuring courage is rewarded, hearts are opened, and destinies recalibrated. But as you recall this moment, know your voice is mightier than you imagine. It is a beacon that will continue to awaken, inspire, and transform far beyond what the eye can see or the mind can grasp.